Welcome Cuyahoga County Democratic Party Chair, Dave Brock.
Hello, Democrats of Cuyahoga County. How are you? I want to, first off, I was pretty sure before I came here tonight that I would do a better job speaking than my sister would do singing, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. I thank my little sister, Colleen, for singing the national anthem tonight. And I thank all of you, seriously, for being here, literally from the bottom of my heart. Like many of you, I was here last year as well. My seat is a little bit better this year, I will say. As I recall, last year I was located somewhere in the just south of Toronto section of the building. But nonetheless, it is an honor to be here. It's an honor to be the chair. In the weeks after I was elected last June, there were a great many people in this county saying, some in confusion, who the hell is Dave Brock? I think I heard that a lot. But I am proud to say now that fewer people are saying that, and it has been replaced with, oh, you mean the guy who got Brian Mooney elected judge? That is what I hear a lot. And that was me, along with thousands of other Cuyahoga Countyans who put in the work last fall as we pumped up the sample ballot program, putting it into over 800,000 mailboxes more than once, handing it out to 15,000 people at the Board of Elections, texting a picture of the sample ballot to 100,000 voters, and on Election Day last November, nearly 1 out of every 3 people who walked into the polls in this county had our sample ballot in their hand. The result? 57 Democrats on the ballot last November in this county, 56 won in Cuyahoga County. And that was because of all of you. For better or worse, I have the task of thanking people, so I want to start at the top. Chairman Harrison, the excitement that your appearance has brought is palpable. The innumerable Democrats, yes, who are doing the groundwork here in Cuyahoga County, I promise you, sir, have not given up on turning this state blue once again. And your appearance here sends a strong signal to all of us, so I can't thank you enough. And I wish I could say it was my incomparable charm and abilities that got you to come here, but I do want to thank, and I'll speak more about her, so hold your massive applause to the end. I'll speak more. I want to thank Congresswoman Chantel Brown for her help in getting Chairman Harrison here. Suffice it to say, Operation Chantel Brown, Dave Brock has worked in one of its initial endeavors, so thank you, Congresswoman. There is a lot to navigate as a party chair, that's to be sure, but imagine for a second being the chair of a Democratic Party in the 7th largest state in the nation, a state that used to be a bellwether. For over 2 years now, our state chair has stood athwart the storm, pushing back. She's become a good friend and indulges my humor in the face of the zaniness that is Ohio politics. I want to recognize Chair Liz Walters from the State Democratic Party. And for those who don't know him, they're the vice chair of the State Democratic Party. I will never, ever, ever in my life speak after him. He is as gifted a speaker as there is. Andre Washington, thanks for being here. One of the most egregious attacks Republicans have made upon democracy in this state has been to put party labels after judges' names on the ballots. Having said that, we in this room need to make sure that next year we re-elect Cuyahoga County's own Justices Michael Donnelly and Melody Stewart to the Ohio Supreme Court. And we'll try to do this as quickly as we can, but can all elected officials please stand up? Those who can, please. These are the people who literally make life and death decisions for all of us. We thank you all for your incredible hard work. There's some glitz to holding public office, but we know how arduous it is. Those running for office this year or in 2024 also, please give a quick stand up. And those who are standing right now running in 2023 who have an opponent who is not a Democrat, stay standing. Joe DeMio is running for Clerk of Courts in Berea. Thank you. Jessica Alvis running for Judge. Amanda Boyd running for Parma City Council. Tom Dufour running Brook Park Council. Jocelyn Conwell. Am I missing? Who else am I missing? Sorry. Sean Kilbane, where are you, Sean? Thank you. To all of you, thank you. I'm having problems seeing. Sorry. Thank you. We're all rooting for all of you, of course. Jeff Johnson, all those who are running against somebody who is a Republican or an independent, ideally. We wish you all the success. We wish everybody the success. Running for party office is very difficult, of course. Wendy Belotis, Karen Canavino of the Belotis Group, thank you for your incredible efforts putting all this together. The Cuyahoga County Party officers, thank you. Rudy Strauka, our treasurer, whose steady hand and friendship has been incredibly helpful. Rudy, thank you. Our new party secretary, Nikisha Nickerson. The longer she serves in this position, the more feisty she gets with me and Juanita. We wonder sometimes, but she is also now the new co-host, along with Matthew Deemer, of the county party's first ever podcast, Cuyahoga Today, which can be found now on anywhere you get your podcast. So it's up and running. We're pretty excited about that. Thank you, Nikisha. Executive Director Carolyn Eisenhart, there she is. She's the absolute engine. She's the engine that drives the machinery of the County Democratic Party. The only thing she likes less than a compliment is a day off. But I thank you so much, Carolyn, and thank you for all your incredible hard work. The last person I want to thank, there she is, our Executive Vice Chair, State Representative Juanita Brent. Juanita, I can't really say in words what it's meant to get to know you, your work ethic, your emphasis on inclusion, your willingness to disagree with me. I could do with a little less, but nonetheless, one thing that Juanita and I want everyone to learn from is, yes, she and I, of course, disagree. We never take it personal. We never carry it over to the next day. The threat posed by Republicans in this state and country is far too serious for us to spend time fighting with any one of us. So, Juanita, thank you. 6 days after Juanita, Rudy, and I were elected last June, the Supreme Court struck at the heart of freedom and everything we as Democrats hold dear when they overturned Roe v. Wade. It's hard to imagine a darker day for women in this country. That horrible day, though, has given rise to the efforts in this state to enshrine reproductive freedom within our state's Constitution. We in Cuyahoga County have sprung to action and we're amongst the first Dem groups in this state to hold a comprehensive strategy session for our members. The Ohio Democratic Party tasked the CCDP with obtaining 5,000 signatures by the end of June. As of yesterday, May 20th, your Cuyahoga County Democratic Party has dispersed 2,541 petitions and collected 11,031 signatures. We anticipate, remember, we have a month left, so if you have not signed, if you have not picked up a petition, please do so. Please get as many signatures as you can. We're going to send a message in August and in November. And speaking of August, we have a great chance to work as a team to send a message August 8th. First off, I do want to thank all the physicians and other groups that have been involved in our signature gathering, particularly the Democratic groups. I'm just going to name a few. I know so many people have been involved. The Lakewood Democrats, where's Lakewood? They have obtained the most signatures so far. Shaker, Chagrin Valley, Shaker Democrats, Cleveland Ward 3, Cleveland Ward 15, and a new entrant, Cleveland Ward 14. We thank you all for the signatures and the work you have done. There's more work to do, so we look forward to it. I thank Ellen Cubitt. Is Ellen here? Ayat Amin, Marion Carey. They are working overtime to ensure that all of this comes off without a hitch. As I said, we have an opportunity now on August 8th to work together again, to vote no for democracy, no for your daughter, no for your mother, no for your union brothers and sisters. In a democracy, majority rules, and that's it. So vote no in August. What can we do as a party, as a people, to combat the lies and misinformation of the other party? For starters, let's remember that we are the oldest and grandest political party on the face of the earth. And we must work together. Make sure we don't get sidetracked. We even have to sometimes change the rules a little bit. But we have to win because our policies are better than their policies. That's the fundamental reason. And if they even have any policies, by the way, because I've been waiting 13 years for their response to Obamacare, here I am still waiting. I had hair when it started. And maybe we could push back on the narratives, ask our own questions within the discourse. For example, how has your life been made better because of Republican policies? The party that wants to ban books simply because they have the temerity to say non-white people have made contributions to our society, how does that help you? The party that wants to reduce gun violence by giving more people automatic weapons, does that even make sense? Do you really think that the party that wants to take down Pluto and Daisy Duck cares about you? Where does the ideological insanity end? Well, I can tell you it can end badly. Clarence Thomas, recently we found out, backed up by the money of his billionaire sugar daddy, said as much last year in the Dobbs decision when he said gay marriage and birth control are not guaranteed rights. We say they are. As many of you know, I used to be a history professor. And as a historian of 20th century America, I can let you in on two indisputable facts about modern America. One, that since the Great Depression, by any economic measure you use, Democratic policies have been undeniably better for the average American than Republican policies. I'll throw one statistic out. Since 1933, the economy has grown at an average annual rate of 4.6% under Democratic presidents. Under Republican presidents, it's half of that. There is simply no discernible evidence that Republicans have benefited the average American. And what is the second immutable fact of American history when it comes to talking about the 20th century? Unions built the modern American middle class. Period, the end. Could all current or former members of a union please stand up now, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all so much. The story, and again, as some of you might know, I'm the child of two union parents. One of them is here today. Mom, thank you. The story of unions in the past century is the story of America. The history of our American successes would not have been written without them. Their toil is written on the faces of every one of them. Their faces are black and brown, white, Asian, Native. They are pipe fitters and janitors, school bus drivers and teachers, firefighters and county employees. They are the ones who make our lives possible. And yet today, everything union members built for us, everything we as Democrats and more importantly as Americans can point to with pride is at risk. The right to vote, the right to control our own bodies. And here in this state, the right to bargain collectively is again being put at risk. We must follow the path that protects unions, protects union members, protects the middle class, protects the working class, and those who want to join the middle class, working class, and unions. We must always protect them. Now, as I finish up, I'll tell you a story. Recently, I was talking to a guy who knows his way around the county party, so to speak, and I told him my age. Friday was my birthday, 2 days ago. Right, thanks, yeah, it's great. And I was telling him, and I told him what my age was, and he said, boy, you look good for your age. And I said to him, yes, I'm only a month older than Chantel. He paused a long second and said, man, you look like shit. This is what I sort of have to deal with, but it's been an incredible honor to get to know Chantel Brown personally and politically. She is fighting to combat the scourge of gun violence in our country, fighting on behalf of veterans, for school lunches for those in need, and to help with small businesses and boosting entrepreneurship in our city and in our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, my texting buddy, our former chair, and the Congresswoman, Chantel Brown.